The old bushes successfully removed from the subframe. Hi guys, today we're going to take a look at the 9028 subframe bush tool from Laser Tools. This tool will allow you to remove and fit the subframe slab mounts, which are fitted in the Volkswagen range of vehicles, with minimum strip down of the vehicle, with the subframe still in the vehicle, and it will allow you to do aluminium and steel subframe bushes. On this particular vehicle, we've already removed our engine steady dog bone from the bottom of the gearbox. We've also slackened off the anti-roll bar D bushes to give us better access to the top of the bushes that we want to extract from the vehicle. Let's crack on. Right, first off, we take our extractor plate, which fits onto the top of the bush, like so. We take our threaded bar and our top hat nut, our already greased threaded bar. We take our collar, which is specially designed to fit the steel subframe in this case, and our extracting cup. Fit that on there like that. Our load nut goes onto the bottom. That locates onto our subframe perfectly like so. Just check final alignment to extract. If we look into this hole here, you can see the bush, the top bush actually moving down. Very little force required to do this. If it goes tight, then you must have a problem or an alignment problem at the top. As these are an interference bush, when the top bush comes into the window here, it will want to spray out into this recess. What we have to do when we get to the point where it just takes a little bit of load is to use our chisel or pry bar and just give it a knock to allow the lip of the bush to go inside the subframe before we proceed. Just taking the load on the bush now. If we just give that a slight impact. And as simple as that, the bush is now moving again, ready to come all the way out. And there we go. The old bushes successfully removed from the subframe. No damage to the subframe, tool or bushes. At this point, it's worth just checking the subframe for any corrosion and cleaning if required. Before we fit our new bushes, we will just give it a light spray of clear grease into here like this. Not too much, just to aid the fitting of the new bushes. So we've got our replacement bushes. They may look the same, but they do have one significant difference. One of them has a hole straight through it, the other one is threaded. The threaded bush goes to the top of the subframe. This allows the bolt, which holds your dog bone in when you finish the job, to be bolted in situ and hold the bushes together. Alignment of these bushes is also crucial. We fit an aluminium nugget into there like that. This will hold the bushes together in a line. The first part of refitting, we take our top plate, which now has got a thread in it, so there's no need for a top nut on this one. This fits perfectly over the top of the subframe hole. We then fit our circular lock mount into here. This stops the bush spraying out into the hole when coming back into the subframe. Snip that up, that's locked in place. We then fit our threaded rod to the top plate, making sure the hexagon part is at the bottom. As these bushes are an interference fit in the subframe, we use a tapered cup for condensing the bushes as they go into the subframe. Alignment of this is crucial. We have here 2 lines on the tool, which we align with our mouth of our bushes, and we also align that with our hole in the subframe. This is so when the bushes are in, everything is perfectly aligned so the dog bone can sit back in the subframe. We get our plate onto the bottom of there, like so. Let's get everything in alignment. Straight down there, 2 lines, align with the subframe, align the bush, and then we can proceed to insert back into the subframe. Whilst during this process, just make sure that the threaded bar is not turning through the top plate. Either just hold your hand on it and make sure it's not turning, or it has got a hex on the bottom, which we can put a spanner on, like so. Just make sure it's not turning. To release from that as we go up through the centre cup. That's our taper cup released, so the bush has already gone through that, which means it is in the subframe. And we just continue to go the rest of the way to ensure the bush meets our top plate. The bottom plate released. We just continue, slight bit of load, which means the bush is all the way in the subframe and now touching our top plate. Re-release our nut. We can now unscrew our threaded bar. We just release our plate from here. And there we are, all done. Now the bushes are fitted correctly into the subframe. The last thing we need to do here is to remove our alignment nugget with a pair of pliers like so. We can now proceed to fit the dog bone, last part of the job. We'll get them tightened up and we are done. And not forgetting to re-secure our anti-roll bar. A difficult job, made easy from Laser Tools.